I mean, I think one of the biggest barriers to XR is just that there are so many little friction points. And it starts with, like you said, what is this thing? Maybe my son or daughter has it, or I've seen it at the mall. But then from there, if you have to figure out controllers and you got to interact with different settings menus, I mean, it's a pile of minor friction points. And so really, I mean, an oversimplified way to talk about Arbor and why we exist, it's to remove the friction. It's to address this exact problem so that it's not just the innovator or the innovation lab who's all pumped about a new technology and it works with 10 headsets. The reality is they have to go sell that to higher ups. They have to sell that to the employees, because if you don't have employee buy-in, then what's the point? It doesn't matter how great the results are. And so that's where we come into play and say, okay, we can, from the initial device enrollment to managing the devices to pushing content back and forth, which is something that it's a lot different with XR than with a traditional mobile device like a cell phone or a tablet, where you can access the Google Play Store. So there's a lot of pushing content, updating content, and just simplifying that entire process so that at every step along the way, it's easy for people to say yes. Because these innovation labs or the VR champion in a company, usually when they get to us, they've done some level of a pilot. And just to get to a pilot, they've had to go through so many steps, right? They've had to think, okay, we should think about XR. Okay, well, what's our use case? Who's going to make content for us? How do I get some sort of a budget for this? And so that's a huge thing for us, is removing the friction. And recently, we upped our free device limit to 50 devices, just because we realized that, look, under 50 devices is typically still a pilot. And even in a large company, you've got the XR champion who's just got limitations all over the place. So